Hey, it's the girl K did come back out to you one more time. So this video, the idea came to me by accident actually. So let me see. Sorry, came to me by accident, and the person was saying to me, "Oh, I saw you on your Florida trip." And she don't know how I do it basically, because your girl. If you think because you see me on trips mean I have money, I don't. I don't. I save a certain amount for my trips and try to do it like that. I know people save and they still can't go. Also, got to think about um, I live in the projects, so my rent is cheaper than most New Yorkers' rent. To be honest, I pay 30% of my income, so you got to think about that. So yeah, but I need to get better at saving. Probably not going on so much trips, but I work so much, and I don't want my daughter to not have experiences in life either. So it's like I dibble and dabble, but this is kind of like traveling on a budget. So let's start off with the first. I did 3 trips last year. I went to 3 different places, 3 different states, right? I went to Florida, I went to Washington, I went to Georgia. So let's start off with the first trip that you have saw on my thing. Go look at the Florida vlogs. I'm just saying, I might remember to put it down at the bottom of this video. I might not, so don't sue me. You feel me? So yeah. So, but I want to say Usman is messaging me. Sorry. Anyway, so for the Florida trip, I went to 2 different hotels. I took a plane down, took a plane back up. Let's start off with the first thing. I only paid for me and Catania. The baby was free, and if she had to pay the foster care company, if you don't know, I'm a foster mom. Hi, the foster care company would have paid for her share because she's the foster care. I won't say own her, but she's in my care. But the foster care company, agency, I should say, is the people over her. So they pay for certain things, right? They think they could put her in. It's not hospice. It's called. The thing when they could, like, if you don't want to take a child on a trip, you can leave them somewhere. But personally, with my kids, I don't leave on a trip. I bring all my kids with me. I don't care if I have 5 kids with me. They all come. They all aboard, choo choo. They all coming with me, right? They come with mama. I just don't trust people. People are crazy. I don't want to. I forgot what it's called, but it's like they go to somebody else's house until you come back. I personally, even if I'm tired, bust down, I'm gonna take my kids with me. I don't care. And it's hard. I just watched a video with this girl that I know on TikTok, and she said she went to a trip for her birthday, and she was sad. She went to take an early plane just to go home. So I know I never experienced having being 24 hours away from my kid, so I don't want to experience it. So I don't personally do that crap. Some mothers, they can do it. Kudos to you if you can do it. I don't got the heart for it. I don't want to be thinking about my child. I don't got it. So personally, I don't do that. But anyway, so for me and KK, I paid $23 for a plane ride. Think about that. I spent $23 for was it 20, I feel like it was 23. Yeah, 23, because it was $11.50 each person. 11 makes 22, so it's 23. Sorry, and that's because of taxes. How you asked did I get that? So right there alone, plane fare is cheaper than most times. Because if you don't know, a child is usually, some places try to give you a discount, but it's like $20, $30. It's not really a discount because they play. Your children pays going up prices, and on top of that, because I never experienced business class, I should have probably saved it. Because I should have saved it in the business class if I'm going on a longer trip, like I'm going to Vegas or something like that. But I didn't. I didn't know. But yeah, so I went on American Airlines. First things first, I knew I was going to Florida from the year before. Was the year before? We was kind of thinking about it because it was a church trip. You don't know, I went for church trip and leisure, but I went to the church trip. I did leisure first, church trip after, because usually after church trip, you're tired as hell. So I usually do the fun stuff first and church after. People go stay there longer after. It could be a lot. I did that for England when I went to Paris, but it'd be a lot. So I don't personally do it, Anyway, so what I did, I know I was going on this trip. My credit score was creeping on up. So credit card companies, they sending me stuff. Send me things in the mail. You want to do this, you want to do this, you want to do that. And they have bonuses. So I was like, cha-ching on the bonuses. So they sent me 3 cards. It was for Citibank. They sent me 3 different offers, right? Because my credit score was going up and up and up, and it was going up and stuck, but now it's down. I was out of debt, credit card debt, basically a Macy's card, and I put myself back in the debt. But it's okay. It sounds bad, but it's okay. I basically pay and use it kind of the card, so it's not like I'm dying. So I just kind of pay and use the kind of thing right now. So I don't feel bad that I have it. I don't regret it. Anyway, and I use it to pay everything so I can get points. So because I had the bonus points from the 3 credit cards I had, it was American Airlines, it was Citibank. Guess what I did? I used those points to buy a plane fare. All I gotta do is pay for taxes. So that's why me and KK's fare was $22. So I was like, good for me. And I did business class for the first time. It would have been better if it was on a long haul flight, because on a short haul flight, you don't get the whole shebang ballet, but you still get food. I had a little salmon. Who gets salmon on the plane in regular economy? No one. So I was hyped about that. Okay, so that's how I got business class going to Florida, right? So don't think, oh my God, this girl's living lavish lifestyles. I wasn't, because I can afford lavish right now. I can afford, okay, I can afford a middle class-ish. I'm like middle class-ish, you know? So that's what I go for. That's what I go for. So that's what I do, right? Okay. So, what else happened? So I went to 2 hotels. So, all right, another thing is also, because it was a church trip, my church, every time we go on a church trip and go out, they usually give you some pocket money. And then your pocket money is over $50. So that's a little ching for me and my kids, okay? So yes, they don't do it based, honestly, they don't do it based on your household, but they did. I got more than that for me and my 2 kids, but they gave me a little pocket change, and you know, little sweetie money, as they Jamaicans call it, little sweetie money, okay? So the second thing, so I went to 2 hotels. I didn't want to share with nobody at a hotel for my church. I like to have my space. I could be naked in my room. I could come out the shower. How I feel like I could poop in peace. Like, you know when you're around people, you can't fart and poop? I'll go back to my room and poop and fart in peace. So I make sure I got my own room. And I think it came to like $800. Which you saw that room. All right, let me do the first hotel. So the first hotel, I don't think I paid over $700 for it. I should have known that's probably was the reason why the hotel was trash. It was, compared to the second hotel, it wasn't as trash, to be honest. You saw the hotel. Honestly, all right. Compared to the hotel I just went to the other day, those hotels were trash. But honestly, all you do is sleep in the hotel. If you're really going there to observe everything, it don't gotta be, I feel like, it don't have to be a 5-star. Unless you're gonna be in a hotel half the time, to be honest. And I've had 5-star hotels in Jamaica, and it was nice. It had a jacuzzi in it. It was nice. But I feel like resort hotels are also different than, you know, regular hotels, especially in America. So anyway, so yes, so that's how that happened. So I went to the first hotel. I paid some money. I bought it on booking.com, so I got some points and did like that. So I also got the second hotel, the Best Western, which is 10 out of 10. No, 1 out of 10. 0 out of 10. I don't recommend, because it was garbage. So I used the same website, and by the time I did another, like the first time I bought it, it was like 10% off, which is honestly nothing. And then I got a second time, I bought the second hotel with it. I got percentages off, and then I got a car service through it, because I should have done Uber, because it would have been cheaper. But I wasn't used to Uber yet, or Lyft or whatever, so I just did it, and I think it was probably more, because coming back it was cheaper Ubering to the airport. I was like, lifting. I shouldn't have paid for the car service. I didn't know. It is what it is. And if you use, well, I'm new to this Uber and Lyft thing, so I don't really use Uber because I feel like it's more expensive. Lyft to me seems cheaper, and then with my city card too, if I do some running rides on Lyft, I get a discount or get $5 credit. So I didn't know that until I did it this summer. So yeah, so when I go out of state, I'll be using that Lyft. Well, when I went to Washington, I used Uber because my job gave me a drop credit, but that's a different story. So that's how it might seem like it's paying a lot, but I pay a couple of $100 for the church. Like the church trip I was gonna do regardless. So I went down there and I did extra stuff, and then I did for activities I did like if you saw the pirate ship thing. I didn't get to do the mermaid one, which I wanted to. I told Kdidteam when we go back down there we could do that. We have to do it weeks in advance to make sure you get it for the right time. Is sip and mimosas with the mermaid, something like that. But kids aren't allowed to go there because it's a mermaid. So yeah. Anyway, probably gonna be expensive if you do it this year because Ariel, Little Mermaid's coming out this year, but not the point. What else is happening? So I paid everything again, all my city cards, so I get points to rack up for other free things coming up in the future. So that's my whole thing. If you're gonna get cards, try to make sure you have points, and sometimes go to an airline or a hotel, something like that. So if you want to use, like if you go anywhere traveling, you can use those points to accumulate for those other things that you want to do. You know, like I can use it if I use anything at like the airport or anything from American Airlines and I use a card, I get bonuses on top of the bonuses when I pay for like airline tickets or whatever like that. I know also I used to, this one for second time having an American airline. And also if you use your card to pay for your stuff, you don't have to pay for baggages. Well, I think the second baggage you have to pay for, but the first baggage is free. So that's another thing. That's another plus by using the card. Actually, American Airlines, they expensive as hell, I'm not gonna lie to you. But you get a free bag. Your first bag is free for each person who bought it under the card. So that's what I love. So I'll be good to go. I didn't have to pay for a bag because of that. Cha-ching for me. What else? So, okay. So those trips, that's how I pay for those. I saved up a couple of, couple of hundreds. At this point, it's like maybe $1,000 when you pay for the 2 hotels. By the time you add up the 2 hotels, but it's 2 hotels, so we assume it's over $1,000. I did activities and things like that. So yeah, we haven't been out on an outing. Lie. Before that, we went to Niagara Falls, and I shared a room for that one. So that was cheaper. I used Amtrak, which I got points from. Also, if you use these things and they have point system or reward systems, use it. It adds up. And if you have a complaint on it, complain to them because they be giving you vouchers. Okay. So my next trip was Washington, D.C. I paid for nothing for that. Nada. The train, if I would have lived like in Chicago like some people did or in Alabama, I would have got a plane ride. But because I didn't, whatever. But BB was free because she's a baby. KK and me had to pay. But I didn't pay. My job paid. So any food I had on the train, any food I had going there, anything I had going to, because after I went to Washington, they paid for my tickets to go to Atlanta, which works out great for me. So, I paid for my choo-choo train going back to Atlanta, and it took hours, but they paid for it, so I didn't care. I didn't mind. I wish I would have got a roomette, but they gave me, the regular coach. Beggars can't be choosers. I got in business class first time. I got out of business class last year. It's only 2 trips on business class, but I'm feeding. Because I've been on a lot of planes, and I've never been on business class until last year, so I'm hyped. I don't care. So I did business class going to Washington and regular class going to Atlanta. So that was a me trip. That was a work trip. They paid for all my I was putting food on my if you watch the video, I did a vlog on these things. So it's not like it's all like just things you just I'm here and no. I did a vlog about, basically everything was comp. So anything we want for the hotel, anything we eating down there, we just get the receipts to my job. They eat it, we put it on our room, and they, bada bing, bada boom, bang boom. Why did the light go down? That's weird. The light in my apartment did not change, so I'm confused. Whatever. So, that happened, right? So that's how that trip was paid. So technically I only paid for the Florida and the Georgia. So, but going down to Georgia, I didn't pay for that trip. My job did. So I only paid for a one-way ticket. I was planning to go to Georgia twice. So I was like, we'll just take my money and just go for Christmas around Christmas time and not go for Thanksgiving. So yeah. So Georgia, I only paid for a one-way ticket for me and the kids. Baby's free. I paid for me and KK. I wanted to take a plane come back to New York City. Around that time for prices, and because I did it late, because my job did it late, and it was like a whole, first they're going to do the trip in October, they canceled it for December, so I had to kind of work around my job trip and see what's, happening. So yeah, I didn't buy my tickets till, I started looking for tickets late, and the tickets I saw were high. And I know the, the canceling rate for these damn planes nowadays is like, 8 minutes they cancel a damn plane. It's crazy. So I didn't want to take the chance. I came from the 23rd to the 24th. That's like basically, by the time they did it, was like in a day. I came from Atlanta to New York because they delayed, but not the point. I paid $300 and change for me and KK. Next time when we had a roommate, it was only $200 extra. Paid that $500. I still would have been, the $500 still was cheaper than the plane. And roommate, you have more space. You get free food. Well, it's not free because you pay for it, but So I paid $300 for me and KK. I went to Annette's house in Anna, and so I didn't pay for no hotel fee. So that way I didn't have to pay for no room and board, but only thing I paid for is going back. And I paid for lifts there because she was working and I didn't have to work. Well, I worked, I think 2 or 3 times when I was in Atlanta, but everything's on Zoom, so it's usually like an hour, 2 hour. One meeting was like 3 hours, but it's usually an hour to 3 hour meeting depending on what I'm doing. I work so many jobs to get this money and this hustle. You feel me? Can't just be going to places and can't work. That's why I want to make sure I do good on here too, so that this could be a stream of income. My ad revenue for here is garbage, but it is what it is. God knows what He's doing, and He'll make a way. So it don't matter. He always take care of me, shelter or not. He take care of me. Public housing or not, He take care of me. I'm just saying, no way I think I'm gonna sleep tonight. He take care of me, so I'm good to go. You feel me? What else? That's the only trip I did last year. So I paid for lifts when I was down there. I paid for food when I was down there. I went to grocery. Also with food, I didn't want to buy, because I know usually 3 meals a day plus snacks. You got your kids, all that stuff. I didn't try not to buy food at like around the hotels they have the small stores, or these things, and you buy all these little chickadee snacks and all that. Nah, sis. I went to Walmart. I went to Kroger's. And I bought, y'all saw me on that Walmart trip. And you're so sad. 2 bags or 1 bag got left in a taxi. And it was an outfit for the baby. And I was tight. And some socks. Oh, I got all the food, but those things I was so tight. Anyway, I was like, that bag was mine, isn't it? I just didn't take it, whatever. Not the point. So, I should have counted the bags, though. I should have counted this. Because down there, they actually give you bags. And I should have just like this and then counted them when I put it in. When I did it like a rush, with the kids and all that. It'd be like a stroller. Anyway, so buy foods at, like, if they have some places that have 7-Elevens nearby, and usually those prices are the same no matter which 7-Eleven you go to. I did that in Niagara Falls. We went there kind of late though compared to the time we actually stayed there, but whatever. I usually do that with everywhere, even Niagara Falls. I try to get food. We bought a lot more food. I feel like there's more reasonable in that area though. I always wanted to go to Tim Hortons. I always wanted to go. I went to Tim Hortons in my college, so I knew how it tasted. I was like, I was spending for Tim Hortons because it was close by. I was like, ooh, Tim Hortons every day. I was good. But you try your best to buy, because last time I went to Atlanta, I think 2 years ago. Well, we even knew, so 2.5 years ago. We bought food too. We went to Dollar Tree. We went to Kroger's. We went to Publix, and we bought food that we would want. And yeah, so you buy food, buy snacks at a regular place. When you're going out to museums, when you're going out to parks, when you're going out to activities out there, you bring Capri Suns because it's already pre-packaged. You bring them joys in your bag. That's why I always have a big bag. But with kids, and I'm not gonna lie to you, as you can see, you might think I don't like the snack. I love a snack. So Kiki have a snack in her bag. I'm about to start making the baby bring a bag with her little snacks in it, have my little snacks, and you good. And you save money that way by doing that. So usually everybody have a bag of chips, or like a divided pack. Everybody have a couple of them. This is our divided pack from the last time. Everybody got a couple, like 3 or 4 chips for themselves, and by the time you go throughout the day, you're eating. Yeah, you're going out to restaurants to eat, but you right in the middle of those things, and you're walking around, you're getting tired. You have something to snack on, you have something to drink on. If your fridge, some of those fridges in the hotel don't have freezers. They do. Put your drinks in there so they go thaw out over time. That's what I do, especially in Florida. Because Florida was, I'm just saying. If you have babies, Pediasure, they have the small packet. That's what I did. I did Pediasure. I got the big thing of milk because she drank a lot of milk. So I got the big gallon of milk, but Pediasure, you could go outside with it. The milk, you could take a bottle, but you can't keep it out all day. So you drink it, you wash the bottle, bada bing, bada boom when you leave. And that's kind of how I worked it. So yes, guys, I hope this is helpful. Having a family and traveling, it cannot be easy sometimes, but I'm sorry, I have other videos too. I probably need to try to edit those today. But they're giving me problems to come out the damn SD card, like I told you in the last one. But guys, if you love this kind of content, subscribe, share, tell a friend. There's all the cats and roaches and rats and roaches in the house. Subscribe to my channel, guys. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to make this a business. What's not? Just saying. Anyway, guys, follow me on Instagram and Twitter too. I post on there. I also post job listings if you look at the Hair Voices podcast. So think about that. I do a lot of posting on a lot of different platforms about a lot of different things. It could be about homeless tips. It could be, do y'all want me to do, I don't know if people ever get to this end, how to live outside homeless? That sounds might be weird. I haven't experienced that. Honestly, I was outside one time and I was on a train, and I was a teenager. But if I get somebody to tell me how they can survive outside, what do you want me to tell you that? Like, is that a thing?